Taiwan's next president unveils his team tasked with protecting the country. Disaster strikes twice. Just weeks after a devastating earthquake, Hualien is battered by torrential rain. Too many tests, but Taiwan's youngest students might finally be catching a break. Plus, it's World Penguin Day. We take you to an aquarium in Taiwan to meet a few of these quirky birds. A warm welcome to TaiwanPlus News. I'm Betty Chen. Taiwan's President-elect Lai Ching-te has picked his national security team, a lineup of ministers who will guide the country on its foreign policy, defense strategy, and navigating its tough relations with China. To bring us more on the incoming cabinet, Louise Watt is live with us from Taipei. Louise, what is significant about these appointments?
These are the names that we've been waiting for. We've seen today the announcements for the ministers tasked with strengthening Taiwan's international relations and managing its defense in the face of threats from China. Now, Lai says his national security team has the real remit of protecting Taiwan.
因为面对极权主义的兴起，中国的步步进逼，国安团队责无旁贷。 要以国家为己任，扛起守护国家的责任。未来，我将率领这一支国安劲旅，以和平为灯塔，民主为指南针。
The national security team includes a new defense minister, Wellington Gu, and the new head of the National Security Council is a face familiar internationally, is the foreign minister, Joseph Wu. Lai says he's chosen his national security team based on 3 criteria. Number 1, their professionalism. Number 2, the fact that they've worked together before. And number 3, that they share a sense of mission, namely safeguarding Taiwan against Chinese aggression.
Do the appointments give any clue about what we can expect from Lai's term?
The big names announced today have all worked under President Tsai Ing-wen, and I think it's pretty clear that what Lai is doing is signaling continuity. He's signaling that his team has experience, and he's also signaling that he's following in Tsai's footsteps, so that he's not going to rock the boat by doing anything that could be construed as provoking China. Now, who is he signaling to? China, which considers Lai a separatist. He's also signaling to the United States, which is Taiwan's most important international backer. And I think he's probably also sending a message to members of his own party, because let's not forget, in 2019, Lai challenged Tsai for the leadership. So he probably wants to ease concerns among members of the Tsai faction, who probably still distrust him. Now, I've been talking to analysts today who say that once Lai has reassured all these people, he may well move to gradually change his team to bring in his own people. So today's announcements are largely in line with expectations. Lai is the continuity figure, the Tsai Ing-wen 2.0 if you like. But once he's reassured everyone, we may well see a different Lai step forward.
Thank you, Louise. That was Louise Watt speaking to us live in Taipei. The eastern county of Hualien, already badly damaged by a massive earthquake on April 3rd, is now on alert for landslides after being inundated with rain. Some rock slides have already forced people from their homes and have slowed road repair teams. As John Venturez reports, it's yet another blow to a region that's heavily dependent on tourism.
For the people of Hualien's mountain villages, a nightmare that's lasted weeks just won't end. This month's magnitude 7.2 earthquake, followed by days of powerful aftershocks, upset the rocks and boulders that perch delicately on these slopes in eastern Taiwan. Now, heavy rain has sent them tumbling down, threatening homes.
不睡觉了，
不敢睡觉。
就是怕造成土石流嘛，怕下雨而已。像从现在开始，怕说一直连续下雨，下大雨，那我们必须是不是要离开我们住的地方？
For some, the answer is yes. A few have been advised their homes are unsafe. And in the rugged Xiulin township, at least 2 neighborhoods have been forced to evacuate. The mayor warns more evacuations may be on the way.
只要是大雨特报，好，我们就会强制所有的保全户，好，全乡的保全户都能够到收容站。
Fresh rock slides are complicating work to repair earthquake-affected roads in the mountains. And they're also causing heavy damage to some of the tourist infrastructure that drives the area's economy. Bed and breakfasts and hotels have been destroyed, and a popular trail overlooking the sea will need long and costly repairs. It joins a list of scenic attractions, including famed spots in Taroko National Park that may take months, if not years, to restore.
预计大概是400万左右的经费，但是因为有看到防落石设施的毁损，可能还要再加200万，整个防落石的把它重新的把它恢复。我们采重建的话，预计会到3个月到6个月左右的工期才有办法完成。
While the post-earthquake cleanup makes headway in other parts of Taiwan, here in the rural villages not far from the epicenter, it's only just getting started. Luffy Li and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
China says it's going to do more to promote cross-strait exchanges with Taiwan. The country's Taiwan Affairs Office made the announcement on Wednesday.
共同努力排除障碍，两岸交流合作就会迎来光明的前景。我们将采取积极措施，推动包括旅游在内的两岸各领域的交流合作。
The announcement comes just 2 weeks after Chinese President Xi Jinping told former Taiwan President Ma Ying-jeou he hoped to see more Chinese people visit Taiwan. Responding to the TAO statement, Taiwan's Transportation Ministry said China has not rolled out any policies to resume the flow of Chinese tourists to Taiwan. Taiwan was set to lift a pandemic-era ban on Chinese tour groups in March, but it has canceled that plan after China added a commercial flight route that runs close to Taiwan. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says Washington and Beijing have an obligation to the world to responsibly manage bilateral relations. Blinken made a comment during a meeting with the ruling Communist Party's top official in Shanghai. It comes as the world's 2 largest economies look to stabilize relations despite a growing economic and ideological rivalry. Blinken will head to Beijing on Friday, where he's likely to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The Education Ministry is reducing the number of tests schools can give to elementary school children. It's hoped the move will reduce stress among children and improve their education. Sally Jensen has more.
Ready to learn. These first graders are starting what parents hope will be an enriching education. Here in Taiwan, that means rounds of exams, a prospect that puts some students on edge. To lessen the burden, the country's education ministry is set to reduce the number of exams elementary schools can make the youngest students take, from 3 per semester to 2. This is welcome news for parents.
当然越少越好啊，最好都不要考试。
The change is set to start in August, and older students are welcoming it too. Although they're too old to benefit from the new rule, they're all too familiar with the weight of Taiwan's high-pressure education system.
让我们学业压力放松一下，不用像什么安亲班啊，读到什么晚上8点多，回家还要吃饭。
A 2023 survey showed that Taiwan's education ranks on average higher than other developed countries, but it still falls behind countries that test their kids much less. Many of Taiwan's primary schools had already voluntarily reduced the number of exams to 2 every 4 months, saying 2 would allow for more time to focus on other skills.
但是的话，变成说一直都在考试了啦，没有达到说知识理解。 这个应用分析、评鉴、综合等等的这种过程。
Many here say excessive exams and school pressures are contributing to a growing youth mental health crisis, and they hope a reduction in tests will give young people time and energy to take on other extracurricular activities, giving them a winning shot at life. Justin Wu and Sally Jensen for TaiwanPlus.
To get some perspective on what the decision to limit exams for school children means, John Van Tre spoke to educational reform advocate Huang Bosen.
What does your organization make of the Education Ministry's decision to limit the number of big tests that younger elementary schools children have per semester?
台湾的教育一直以来确实都有造成学生就是可能压力很大的疑虑，尤其在可能国小的阶段，我们就有很多的段考或是评量。那尤其大家过度注重所谓的量化评量，那确实有点忽视说学生在质化上面的成长或者是表现，固然是有机会可以让学校更注重学生在教育在其他层面上面的成长跟表现，那这点我们协会当然是支持的。
But could cutting the number of big tests per semester have a negative impact on students' education?
当然还是要看说每一个学校他在应对这件事情的方式。那如果说就是今天没有段考，但是学校把这个量化评量的量把它移到所谓的模拟考，或是平常的写习题，或者是怎样，但当然就不是一个这个政策理论上希望它去发展的一个方向。
What are some other ways, besides cutting back the number of tests, that schools can take up to protect students' mental health and, encourage their development?
当然，我们未来也期待说，在这个国小的教育阶段可以有更多去具体上培养学生，去多元发展、多元探索这样子的可能。那其实现在当然已经有一些部分有开始在做了，那可能也希望说主管单位或者是国小可以放开来一点，可以多管齐下，尽量的让学童可以在小学阶段可以用比较没有压力、那健康的方式快乐学习。
Once again, that was John Van Tre speaking to Huang Bosen of educational and reform NGO, the Taiwan Education Association. It's World Penguin Day. Our reporter Sandy Chi visits a local aquarium to explore the unique bond between its penguins and one of their keepers.
Calling your favorite penguin friend by name, understanding every movement she makes and her unique personality. Knowing penguins is part of Lai Ching-te's job. She's the most senior penguin keeper here at the National Museum of Marine Biology and Aquarium in Pingtung, southern Taiwan.
其实应该是就是我只是照顾他们的环境，然后给他们食物这样子。但是其实，在我们在打扫的时候，其实他们会走过来，然后观察我们到底在干嘛。就是那些细微的行为，他们是信任这个人在他的环境里面的那个感觉是非常好的。
Looking after these exotic birds may seem like a dream job for many, but it's no easy task. From cleaning their enclosure to preparing their meals, and feeding and taking care of each individual, everything has to follow a certain routine. And one of a penguin keeper's most important responsibilities is to observe them for any signs of illness or discomfort.
真的是要观察得非常细微，像他们的脚啊、企鹅的足部啊，其实是很容易会去受伤，就是的地方。所以他们在走路的时候，我们都会去观察他的走路的方式有没有不一样。
Observing the penguins has also helped Lee raise her own child, helping her become a more attentive mother.
所以我在照顾我自己小朋友的时候，其实他们有一些细微的情绪的变化，或者是一些小动作，其实我就可以很快的发现说，他现在情绪是在转变了。
In the 16 years that Lee's worked with the penguins, she's also developed a unique bond with some of the birds, especially this macaroni penguin.
她在我心中她是女神的存在，因为她就是个性是比较温和的，然后我去在展示缸里面叫他的编号的时候，他其实是会过来的。他可以从很远的地方这样砰砰砰砰砰就跑到旁边，然后他就会用他们企鹅的打招呼的方式跟我打招呼。
For Lee, being a penguin keeper is not just a job, but something more. Keeping her coming to work at the same place, doing the same thing every day for well over a decade. She's dedicated to making sure her feathery friends live healthy, happy lives. James Lin, Alex Chen, and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
We're going to take a quick break, but once we come back, we meet a chef bringing Taiwanese cuisine into the global spotlight.
For more stories from Taiwan and around the world, download the TaiwanPlus app.
Welcome back. You're watching TaiwanPlus News. Mangoes and peaches will be in short supply this summer as farmers across Taiwan report low harvests. Reese Ayers looks at how recent weather and seismic events could be keeping fruits off the table.
Sweet, juicy and plump. Fruit lovers across Taiwan look forward to the mango season every summer, particularly the extra sweet mangoes from Taidong County in Taiwan's southeast. But poor harvests this year could see much less fruit at the markets.
我总共种了1甲多，大概1甲1、1甲2，总共才包5000，不到5000个，能卖到一颗100块也没多少钱啊。
Unusual and fluctuating weather systems caused by climate change are likely to blame, as unseasonal typhoons and sudden hot and cold spells take their toll on fruit trees.
它有一个前提条件，就是要有成熟的枝条。那当它那个9月、10月枝条被打断之后，重新再长的新梢，所以它枝梢不够成熟，所以就会影响到它开花。
And it's not just mangoes that will be in short supply. In the central county of Taichung, peach harvests are down by as much as 60%, as heavy weather systems prevent trees from flowering. The April 3rd earthquake and subsequent aftershocks that struck Taiwan could also be creating problems for trees, as strong tremors can upset the soil and interrupt growth.
摇动晃到根系，根系受伤，果树整个养分就停滞了。今年才遇到那么大地震才可能，所以大家比较严重。
Some farmers received subsidies after a typhoon hampered harvests last year, but they won't be able to apply for additional help this time around, though local authorities say they're planning to investigate the extent of the problem.
本局定于5月7日及8日邀集农业部台中区农业改良场、农粮署及公所等相关单位至梨山地区勘灾，了解灾情原因。 同时将持续收集近期各项气候因素数值参考。
For now, fruit farmers across Taiwan can only hope that their remaining bounties aren't ruined by any other nasty surprises that Mother Nature may be hiding up her sleeve. Klein Wang and Reese Ayers for TaiwanPlus.
Flash floods have killed at least 32 people in Kenya. 2 people are also missing after torrential rain brought floods to much of the country. Over 100,000 people have been affected. The worst hit is the capital, Nairobi, where several neighborhoods have been submerged. Heavy rainfall is common in Kenya at this time of year, but the unusual intensity this past week is thought to be due to the El Nino weather phenomenon. The CEO of TikTok has vowed to challenge new U.S. legislation he says is designed to ban the social media app.
Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere. We are confident and we will keep fighting for your rights in the courts. The facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail again.
Taking to the platform, Shouju assured the app's 170 million U.S. users that the company would continue operating, encouraging them to showcase how the platform has improved their lives. He also said the company has invested billions of dollars to safeguard data and prevent outside manipulation. Chu's comments come one day after U.S. President Joe Biden signed a law that would ban a Chinese-owned app unless it is sold within a year. Despite a looming TikTok ban in the U.S., closing vendors in China are going to school to learn how to reach international markets through the social media app. Rosie Gwedinger reports.
Lights, camera, action. These students in China are learning to use TikTok to sell clothing online. Though the app is blocked in China, this school in Guangzhou in the country's south has found a way around the Great Firewall and are giving sellers the tools to monetize TikTok and reach buyers abroad with their merchandise.
告诉他们目前哪些东西卖得比较好，哪些市场可以适合你现在这个阶段去做。
The internet offers shoppers unlimited options at competitive prices at the reach of their fingertips, while vendors have the opportunity to reach buyers in every corner of the globe.
做 TK 呢，是因为多个赛道嘛，多个赛道去铺。那如果是说我们公司的产品有优势或者价格有优势的话，那就更好。去看一下东南亚或者是美国那边是否有更合适需求啊，或者消费者他对我们的这种产品的需求到底有多大。
Lawmakers in the United States are taking steps to ban TikTok in the country due to concerns about suspected manipulation of the app by the Chinese Communist Party. But those at this e-commerce school say they aren't worried about the impact of that ban for their sellers, as there is more than enough opportunity outside of the US and China.
像我们的学员，他更多的不单单只做美国这一个市场，对，特别是你是供应商的角色。加上目前 TikTok 东南亚的一个趋势也很好，像我们去年有个学员，他们现在已经做到了新加坡销量的 No.1。
Despite the impeding ban in the US, the prospect of reaching millions of international users remains, and more Chinese vendors are turning to TikTok to expand their business. Schools like this one are helping them become more comfortable in front of the camera, equipping them with skills to effectively sell their goods to a wider audience. Dolphine Chen and Rosie Greninger for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwanese French fusion restaurant Taiwan earned a 3-Michelin-star rating last year. It was the first time ever that a Michelin guide recognized Taiwanese cuisine with its highest rating. Leslie Liao met with the restaurant's head chef to learn more about his journey.
Joy and jubilation. A great day for Taiwanese food. Last year, Taipei-based restaurant Taiwan won its coveted 3rd Michelin star. It's the first time ever the prestigious award has recognized excellence in Taiwanese cuisine. The name Taiwan is a combination of the word Taiwan and terroir, a French word that describes the properties of land that's ideal for growing wine grapes. The name reflects the experience of head chef and owner Kai Ho, Chef Kai as he likes to be known. The restaurant serves up traditional Taiwanese fare viewed through the lens of fine French cooking.
I think about what I gotta do. I'm Asian, I'm Taiwanese. Even today I'm cook very good French food. I'm still Asian. I'm still Taiwanese. So I'm looking for my root, I'm looking for my home.
Chef Kai is from Taichung in central Taiwan, but his culinary journey took him all over the world, from the US to China. He got his first big break when he got an offer to work for renowned French chef Guy Savoy, looking to open a branch of his fated Paris restaurant in Singapore.
I get an email back. It's hi, this from the Guy Savoy Paris. I said, are you crazy? Paris Guy Savoy? And we look at the CV, I think you are very qualified to, we are new open the restaurant in Singapore, Guy Savoy. I said, oh yeah.
Guy Savoy Singapore closed in 2014. Then in 2016, Chef Kai opened Taiwan in Taipei. The restaurant's mission is simple. It wants customers from Taiwan to gain a better understanding of global cuisine, while overseas patrons will be treated to the best the country has to offer. To Chef Kai, food is a universal language, and he wants visitors to have a great first impression.
So people that come here, they have many expectations. Maybe they never been Taiwan before, so we are first image for them. It's very important. How the we are served, how the way we are talking, how the way we are to take care of the guests. It's very important.
Chef Kai wows his customers with creations like tiger prawn, squid, and cabbage seafood pancake topped with mushroom ketchup and a French Bordelais sauce. Not much for seafood? How about roast duck breast inspired by Taiwanese ginger duck hot pot? For Chef Kai, there are 3 ingredients to his success. The first is passion.
When you get a bad mood, I don't think so you can do the very good service. You not can cook the very good food because you feel stress. And this kind of stress, they will pass to your food.
The second is consistency.
We have to maintain the one standard. And the quality, this one is very important. We cannot up, down, no. And also they are not fair to the guests.
And the third is having a dependable team.
My staff will be my staff. If I don't have my team behind to me, I don't have any chance.
Chef Kai is a man of immense focus, and a self-described rebel seeking to turn the conventional upside down. Just as with the bold flavors in his dishes, he's heavy-handed with the love that goes into every one of his creations. And that's his recipe for being a world-class 3-star chef. Yisun Chen, Howard Zhang, and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
In a first, Taiwan's Forestry Department has rescued an endangered Formosan flying fox. A volunteer in Hualien found a 2-week-old megabat without its mother on Saturday and reported it to local wildlife workers. As this was the first one ever rescued, the workers consulted bat experts on its care. Formosan flying foxes are endangered in Taiwan, and studies show there are as few as 200 in the country. The rescued pup is now being looked after by conservationists.
我们把它放在母蝠可以够得到的地方，就发现周遭真的有几只成蝠在那边飞来飞去，但是啊，有看真的却都没有接近，所以2天之后我们怕说影响那个小蝠的重量，所以跟它的健康，所以我们决定就是把它照养下来。
Thank you for watching TaiwanPlus News. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, check out this record-breaking ski jump by Japanese Olympic champion Kobayashi Ryoyu in Iceland. I'm Betty Chen. Take care and see you next time.